different than the first fight. I think Aljamain Sterling, I think he's rushing back a little bit. He had neck surgery. And when he had that neck surgery, he didn't take too much time off. He wanted to come back. I think his neck surgery was in April, and he wanted to come back in October of 2021 to fight Peter for the rematch. And that fight didn't happen because he wasn't ready. So he's not giving himself, enough time to heal after that neck surgery. And maybe he's coming back fast because the fans are giving him a hard time, and they're non-stop trolling him about he's not really a champion, yada yada. So that gets to someone, and that might get to someone's pride.
Yeah, he's really eager to come back and prove
to the fans, I am the champ, and he wants to prove it to himself. So I think he's rushing it, and Petr Yan, I think this time around is just gonna have his number, man. He was doing really good against him the first fight. He was winning the first fight. All the judges said that. So I think the second time around, Peter's gonna be able to finish him, man. I think that he's a way better fighter.
I think what we can expect differently is that it's more clear of who the champion is. I really don't think it's gonna end in controversy like last time, and I definitely think Petr Yan will get it done this time, as long as he can, keep it together, man. Rod, what do you think though, dude? What can we expect differently in this rematch?
Man, this is definitely an interesting fight, in my opinion. I think it's gonna be different in the sense of I think it's gonna be a close fight again. I mean, from what I remember the first fight, I think Aljamain was doing really good in the first couple rounds there. He was lighting him up. He was really dictating the pace of the fight. He had a very high input, and I think he kind of gassed out towards the end of that third. And that's when Petr Yan started to shine. But I think this time around, if Aljamain can really, kind of hone into that cardio aspect of the fight, really take it, understand how to take the fight into later rounds, conserve his energy a little bit better, I think it can be a close fight. Do I think he can get it done against Petr Yan? I don't. I think Petr Yan ultimately is a little bit better, a little bit higher class in the stand-up department. His wrestling's a little bit inferior compared to Aljamain's, but I don't think that's gonna be enough for Aljo to pull off those later rounds. I think it's gonna be a good fight though. I think Aljo's definitely gonna steal a couple rounds there from Petr Yan, and we're gonna see that Aljo really is no joke. I mean, I think a lot of the fans were kind of hyping him up, like Rob said, kind of getting to his head, pushing him to saying he wasn't the real champ. So I think he's going to come out and show something, but I think ultimately it won't be enough to get it done. But I think we'll see a very highly entertaining fight though.
I want to touch up on what you said, because a lot of people are saying that. Aljamain started slowing down towards the third and fourth round, but I disagree. I think that's when Petr Yan actually starts to fight. I think he kind of, how people say Khabib coasts in the third round? I honestly think Petr Yan, as weird as this sounds, he starts the fight really slow. The first two rounds, he's kind of just there. He won't get too much damage, and he also won't throw a lot of output. He did the same thing with Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen was tagging him up first two rounds, and then Petr Yan was like, okay, let's fight. Third round, pressure, fourth round. So he just actually starts making people look back. Even Aldo was looking really good against Petr Yan the first two rounds, but then what happened? Petr Yan started putting that pressure on him. I think it's just, when you have that pressure, then that cardio just dies. I think Aljamain had the cardio, but then when Petr Yan started applying that pressure, then the cardio was no longer there.
Yeah, I think Aljamain had some good moments, but Petr Yan was clearly in control the entire time.
Yeah, I think he was, man. I think if we look back, I think the takedowns were I think Petr Yan got 7 for 7. Those sweeps that he was doing, Petr Yan is just the overall better fighter, I think, and I think he's gonna finish Aljamain, like I say, third or fourth round.
Yep, but that's just what we think. Please be sure to comment in the section below. What do you think will be different in this fight? Either way, let us know, and be sure to like and subscribe, or else.